He's online. He's online, Prabhu.
Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone, and please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj. Hare Krishna Maharaj, and welcome to our SCON Auckland Sangha. Thank you so much for taking your time out and being with us. Quick intro about Maharaj. Maharaj hails from Nigeria. Maharaj has joined SCON and got initiated in 1985 by His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, and Maharaj also got the second initiation in 1986. In 2005, in Mayapur, Maharaj was awarded the renounced Order of Life by His Holiness Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj on behalf of His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. Then in 2011, Maharaj became an initiating guru and thus became the first African sannyasi and Diksha Guru in ISKCON. He also served as a GBC of West Africa for more than 5 years. Over the years, Maharaj has become known for his humility, gravity, and deep knowledge of scriptures. Maharaj does tour and preach in different countries like Africa, in Brazil, India, Mauritius, US. Maharaj also regularly teaches in Bhakti Sastri, Bhakti Vaibhav courses at Vrindavan Institute of Higher Education in Mayapur Institute. It was my fortune to meet Maharaj in 2016 when we were in Mayapur and we were doing the Navadip Mandal Parikma. And while I was talking to Maharaj, somehow the other my eyes went to Maharaj's lotus feet, and I saw that like Maharaj was doing parikma barefoot, and while I was on my shoes. So that told me that how exalted and advanced Maharaj is. So Maharaj, thank you so much once again. It's all yours, Maharaj. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we start now?
Yes, Maharaj. Just maybe increase your volume, Maharaj. You're a bit soft. You are on mute, Maharaj. Now we can't hear you, Maharaj. No, sorry, we can't hear you. Yeah, speak, Maharaj, we can hear.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, better, much better. Thank you.
All right. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Pariya Krishna Prasai Bhutale Samate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinana. Nami se Saraswati Devi Gauda Vani Prachari. Nirvisesa Sanyavadi Pastatya Desatari. Homogana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshulun Litam Jana Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Mano Vistam Savitam Jena Bhutale Swami Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavan Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimati Radharani ki jai, Shri Radhastami ki jai. I don't know why it's keeping increasing by itself. 10:30. So I'm reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 30. The gopis search for Krishna. Text 28.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Can you hear me?
This is Dhira Damodara Maharaj.
Yes,
Hare
Maharaj,
Krishna.
we can hear you.
Okay. I'm reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 30, Text 28. The gopis search for Krishna. Anayara ditu nunam. Anayara ditu nunam Bhagavan Hari Ishvara. Yando Vihaya Govinda. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Pritoyam Anayada Raha. Certainly, this particular gopi, I don't know what is wrong.
Maybe Maharaj, you can just use your laptop mic. It's sufficient. Nah, we can't hear you now. Yeah. You speak Maharaj now?
You can hear me now?
Yeah, that's better, Maharaj.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Certainly, this particular gopi has perfectly worshipped the all-powerful personality of Godhead, Govinda, since he was so pleased with her that he abandoned the rest of us and brought her to a secluded place. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura explains the word Radhika. It refers to Srimati Radharani. He comments, They say Sukadeva Goswami has tried with all endeavor to keep her name hidden, but now it automatically shines forth from the moon of his mouth that he has spoken her name is indeed her mercy. And thus the word Rajita is like the rumbling of a kettle drum, sounded to announce her great good fortune. Although the gopis spoke as if jealous of Srimati Radharani, they were actually ecstatic to see that she had captured the Sri Krishna. Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakura quoted the following detailed description of Srimati Radharani's footprints as given by Srila Rupa Goswami in his Sri Ujjwal Nilamani. At the base of the large toe of her left foot is the mark of a bellycorn. Below that mark is a disc. Below the disc is an umbrella. And below the umbrella is a bracelet. A vertical line extends from the middle of her foot to the juncture of her large and second toes. At the base of the middle toe is a lotus. Below that is a flag with a banner. And below the flag is a creeper, together with a flower. At the base of her small toe is an elephant god. And upon her heel is a half moon. Thus, there are 11 marks on her left foot. At the base of the last toe of her right foot is a conch shell, and below that, a spear. At the base of her small toe of her right foot is a sacrificial altar. Below that, an earring, and below the earring, a club. Along the base of the second, third, fourth, and small toes is a mark of a mountain, below which is a chariot, and on the heel is a fish. Thus, altogether, there are 19 distinguishing marks on the soles of Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. So, it's a good meditation for all of us on this auspicious moment of Srimati Radharani appearance, which is in Nigeria is on the 14th, 2 days from now. According to geographical considerations, celebrating different days, or I can understand that you have been celebrating for a few days now, which is very, very good, very good. And I would like to thank all the devotees organizing this auspicious occasion of remembering Srimati Radharani. She is, according to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, she is the be all and end all of Sri Govinda. That means that for us to become Krishna conscious, we need the mercy of Srimati Radharani. She is the be all and end all of Sri Govinda, Lord Sri Krishna. And as this particular verse said, Radhita, Radhana, means one whose worship of Krishna can never be superseded by anyone else. She is the best worshipper of Krishna. Therefore, she is the one who can give us Krishna. It is said that Srimati Radharani's maid servant owned Lord Krishna. They own, Krishna is their property. So for all of us Gaudiya Vaishnavas, our ultimate deity for worship is Srimati Radharani, also represented by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his wonderful associates. And we are the chanters of Hare Krishna mantra, which is also Srimati Radharani. Hare or Hara is Srimati Radharani. Before Krishna is Srimati Radharani. That means that Srimati Radharani owned Krishna, and for us to be able to get the message of Krishna, we have to get it from Srimati Radharani, her maid servant, and her other representative, the spiritual masters, who are the faithful servant to Srimati Radharani. So, her lotus is perfectly described here for our meditation. So Rupa Goswami told us that the word Radha are the two syllables that will, if chanted respectfully, chanted consciously, chanted from the heart, will destroy, will dry the ocean of material existence, would unlock the ocean of Krishna Prema, will unlock. It's Radha, will dry the ocean of material existence, and it will unlock the door, the gate, a demarcated devotee from Krishna consciousness, the pure love of Godhead. So her name is auspicious. She is auspicious, 100% auspicious. If she is the be all and end all of Govinda, then she's the only thing we should desire to have in this world. So we saw in Vrindavan that all the devotees are concerned with Radha, Radhe, Radhe. Is the position of Srimati Radharani so exalted? So exalted that Krishna was dancing with the gopis. And Krishna wanted to glorify her. Krishna wanted to glorify her to show her position distinguished from others. So Krishna was dancing equally with all the gopis. And Srimati Radharani was looking. So as to manifest the pastime, she was thinking, Krishna is treating all of us the same. That means that we are all equal. According to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Sharanagati. So Srimati Radharani disappeared. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur said when Srimati Radharani left the dancing arena, as Krishna also left the gopis, Srimati Radharani also left. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said there is only calamity because Krishna couldn't dance again. And Krishna lamented seriously for the absence of Srimati Radharani. Of course, there is nothing like separation between Radha and Krishna. There is nothing like separation. But for pastimes, that does exist so that the mellow of sweetness of Krishna consciousness, of Krishna Prema will be heightened. It will rise to the highest crescendo. To do that, location always facilitates by behaving in a way that will motivate Srimati Radharani or himself or other gopis to experience what he had in mind to do, to increase the bliss, the enjoyment of it. the gopis, especially Srimati Radharani. So Krishna was dancing equally with all the gopis, and Srimati Radharani said, so you are treating all of us equally. That means that we are the same? Okay, if we are the same, dance with your gopis. And she disappeared. At the disappearance of Srimati Radharani, Krishna could not continue with the dance. He left other gopis, although, this is the comment from our chariots, although the gopis are extremely beautiful and they are charming, and there are millions of that, Srimati Radharani is absent. Made a significant friend that Krishna left all the gopis behind to search for that one gopi. So so it is mentioned here. See, Vishnu Chakrabarti Thakur explains that the word Radhita refers to Srimati Radharani. He comments, this says Sukadeva Swami has tried with all endeavor to keep her name hidden. The reason being that he is Srimati Radharani's servant. So if he does mention her name, he would fall in ecstasy, and the purpose of the speaking Bhagavatam to deliver Parikshit Maharaj will not be fulfilled. Therefore, he tried. The word you say is that he tried with all endeavor to keep her name hidden. Somehow or other, by the costly measure of Srimati Radharani, the name came out. But now it automatically shines forth from the moon of his mouth that he has spoken her name is indeed her costless mercy. And thus the word Radhita is like the rumbling of a cattle drum, sounded to announce a great good fortune. So Srimati Rani understood the mind of her servants, Sukadeva Goswami, and he knew Parikshit Maharaj is waiting to be delivered from his glorious transcendental speech. It's not Bhagavatam. Therefore, she somehow or other came out from the moon of Sukadeva Goswami's mouth. She rise above and shine like a kettle drum, sounded to announce a good fortune. So when Krishna disappeared, all the gopis were in anxiety. Is it true that that Krishna really disappeared from us? That's a different person. But here, it's Srimati Rani who disappeared. Srila Thakur said Krishna started to cry. Radha, Radha, where is you? Where are you? Radha, without Radha, the inner question of Rasa dance. Please, come back and save my life. This is Srila Thakur. Krishna is crying. Srimati Rani, begging, please come back and save my life. Come and save my life. Without you, there's no life. Without you, there's no question of Rasa dance. In fact, Krishna said, I stay in Vrindavan only because of you, Srimati Radharani. So Srimati Radharani means Vrindavan. Vrindavan means Srimati Radharani. It means Srimati Radharani. Radharani means Vrindavan. Vrindavan means Srimati Radharani. And Srimati Radharani means Krishna. Without Radharani, there's no existence. After all, it is mother who maintains. It's a mother who maintains. So when Christians speak in Bhagavad Gita, Natar Basayati Surya, Na Sasanka na Pavakaha. Get got to not the water tita dam for a mama. Our charity get a commentary on that verse. Tadam parama. In this my transcendent abode, which is completely different from this material world. What's the difference? The Christian said, now Surya, in my transcendental abode, there is no need for sun. Now Sasanka, there is no need for moon. Now Babaka, there is no need for fire, for electricity. There's no need in that place. Why? Jyoti Samapita, Jyoti is of Krishna himself. He is the source of Surya. He is the source of Sasanka. He is the source of Pavaka. Krishna is the source of everything. So himself is illumination. Lord Brahma confirmed that. All the luminaries, they take shelter from the supreme luminous personality of Godhead. Sri Krishna. Which is maintained. Krishna is maintained by Srimati Radharani. Therefore, this very location is saying, if we go to Yadgatwa and Antipatati, if one goes there, we'll never again come back to this material world. Why? Paramamama, the Supreme Mother Srimati Radharani is there to take care of us, that she will maintain us in such a way that we'll never come back again to this material world. That's like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was here. The Srimati Radharani will feed us with the milk of Surabhi cows. Anyone who tastes this milk will never be thirsty again, will never be hungry again. Never. But in Goloka, people still eat. Yes, they eat not because they are hungry. They eat because they are happy and satisfied. Because they're being maintained by Srimati Radharani. So when Srimati Radharani left, the gopis also were disturbed. And it is said here, although the gopis spoke as if jealous of Srimati Radharani, they were actually ecstatic to see that she had captured Sri Krishna. Srimati Radharani captured Sri Krishna and took him away with all their beauty, with all their charm, with everything, with all their affection they have. They cannot, their qualities are not compared to that of Srimati Radharani because he's their fountainhead. Krishna has covered Swami. She is a fountainhead of the gopis of Vrindavan, the queens of Dwarka, and the Lakshmis of Vaikuntha. All are her expansions. So for they glorify her. They glorify her. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also gave another description in his book, Saranagati. It's very beautiful. Saranagati. So let's enjoy ourselves hearing the glories of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani is a great jewel of all amorous young maidens who take pleasure in relishing transcendental melodies. She is a beautiful swan in the waters of love for Krishna, a transcendental wish-fulfilling creeper on the family tree of King Vrishabhanu, an original source of all the goddesses of fortune. Upon her hips, she wears a red silken cloth on which tiny bells are swinging, and upon her breast, she wears a lovely necklace of pearls. In this way, she looks so splendorous that she steals the heart of the beholder. Srimati steals the heart of the people. Who is that? The Supreme Personality of God, the son of Maharamani, Sri Krishna. That's why Krishna can cry and beg for Srimati Rani to return. In many places, this is proven. Where Srimati Radharani stole the heart of Krishna. So Lord Krishna accused him. Krishna accused the gopis, head of Srimati Radharani. You people are wicked. How can you take my heart and go away? It means you want to destroy me. How can you take my heart and go away? You have taken my heart. You have taken me, and you go away from me. You want to kill me. If the soul is out of the body, in this case, Krishna's body and Krishna himself is the same. So it means what? They are taking Krishna. They have taken Lord Krishna. Similarly, they have taken Lord Krishna. But still, Krishna still exists. Separate. Her bodily luster is exceptionally effulgent, like the molten whole of the best of lotus flowers. Her two sweetly smiling lips display the immortal nectar of adolescence, mixed with the fragrant camphor of new youthfulness. She is completely faithful to Lord Krishna. This is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura's vision. This is his experience. This is his life. This is his vision. Because he's a Saki. He is sharing his Krishna consciousness, his prema with us. This is Bhaktivinoda. Saying that the supremely mischievous son of Nanda has arrived on the outskirts of the Vrindavan forest as he returns from tending the cows. She becomes stricken with anxiety and affectionately offers prayers to him by the hints and signals of her eyes. Srimati Radharani is the life and soul of all the elder women of Braj, and is especially dear to Mother Yasoda. Basking in the affection of charming Lalita Devi, Radha's bodily form has fully blossomed like a lotus, thus displaying her beautiful and graceful limbs. Srila Kavi Karnapura Goswami describes Srimati Radharani being invited by Srimati Yasoda Mai to come and prepare wonderful dishes for the pleasure of Krishna. So Srimati Yasoda Mai sent the messenger to Srimati Radharani to come and cook with her. She should come with her girlfriends, her companion, to come and cook delicious meal for Krishna. And when the message was delivered, immediately upon hearing the message, Srimati Radharani came with her girlfriends to come and cook. And before she arrives, Yasoda Mai has instructed the counselor, Rohini Devi, to arrange everything. So everything was perfectly arranged, perfect, all the ingredients, all the perfect, everything which should be used was perfectly arranged before Srimati Radharani and her associate came. When they came, immediately she fell down before the Srimati Radharani to offer respectful obeisances. She offered obeisances to Srimati Yasoda Mai. Srimati Radharani, Yasoda Mai raised her up and embraced her. Looking at each other, no one can describe the treasure they were relishing within themselves. And Yasoda Mai took her took her by hand to offer respectful obeisances to other elderly gopis. And eventually she was taken to kitchen by Rohini Devi. And she prepared wonderful, wonderful nectar for Krishna. Nectar. She cooked. Delicious preparations. Accompanied by Vishaka, Radha picks forest flowers and string together a Vaijayanti flower garland for Krishna. She is a well-wisher of all and is always situated upon the chest of the Lord, being the most beloved young girlfriend of Krishna. Hearing the soft sound of the flute, she moves swiftly through the forest and finding in the bowers of Raj the best of dancing actors. They chase Radha with smiling eyes, turns her face downward in shyness, while restlessly scratching her ear. When the breeze, which is scented with the fragrance of lotus flowers, makes the waters of Radhakund very cool, then, in the warmth of the summer, in those cooling waters, Radha, along with all her girlfriends, satisfies the hero of Gokula. Srila Bhattivinoda Thakur says to Rupa and Sanatana and Rupa and Raghunath Das Goswamis, clasping their lotus feet, when will you bestow your mercy upon me and give me eternal service to such Radha as this? For her service is the works of the truly wise. When will you bestow your mercy upon me and give me the eternal service to such a Radha as this? For her service is the word of the truly wise. The truly wise. Srimati Radharani's transcendental bodily form has arisen out of the Mahabhav Chintamani. She is the decoration of the Lord with the Sakis and is effulgent with divinely splendorous potency. Srimati Radharani takes her first birth in the shower of the nectar of compassion. Her second birth in the nectar of youth. And her third birth in the nectar of bodily luster. She thus conquers the beauty of even the goddess of fortune and is endowed with the prominent quality of chastity. She wears a silken sari of modesty. On her forehead, she wears the red kumkum dot of loveliness. Her body is decorated with pistils drawn in musk, and she wears a necklace that is adorned with the fresh jewels of the static symptoms shivering in the body, flowing of tears from the eyes, standing of hairs on the body, being stoned, perspiring, faltering of the voice, inactivity, and madness. Sri Radha is very much beautified by wearing a flower garland strung with her 25 transcendental qualities. As she is clothed in the two-part silken garment of both sober and non-sober emotional ecstasies. Covered indignation constitutes her braided and ornamented hair, and she is radiant with the tilak of auspicious fortune. The name and glories of Krishna are the delight of our ears. She doesn't hear anything except Krishna. Krishna. She doesn't see anything except Krishna. So one of her other names is Krishna Mayi, one who does not see anything but Krishna. Wherever she casts her glance is Krishna. Wherever she casts her glance is Krishna. Whatever she sees is Krishna. So when she appeared with closed eyes until Krishna came to touch her because he opened her eyes. Srimati Radharani's lips have become very red from chewing betel nuts, and a black coloring of cunningness is clearly visible on her eyes. Her smile is like sweet camphor, and she is always fond of joking. She sits upon the bed of pride in the palace of fame and glory, and a gallant of extraordinary transformations of a certain love hangs swinging around her neck. Her breasts are covered by the bodies of loving anger. She plays on a lute called Kachapi, turtle shape, to announce the conquest of her rival Chandavali. Radha is always fond of placing her playful lotus-like hands on the shoulders of two of her girlfriends. Her youthful form is very graceful, distributor of the nectar of Lord Shama Sundar. Orupa and Rupa Raghunatha, your great treasure is the lotus feet of such a Radhika. This bhakti node, who is very fallen and lowly, prays at your lotus feet with a straw of the street between his teeth. Please bestow upon me a nectarian particle of eternal service to Srimati Radharani. Swarupa Goswami said, in his book, Vidagdha Madhava, Lord Krishna explained the true situation, the transcendental position of Srimati Radharani, the supreme position of Srimati Radharani. Lord Krishna said, I am worshipped by hosts of liberated souls who have attained ultimate liberation. Ultimate liberation. I'm worshipped by them. But although those who have attained ultimate liberation worship me, I worship Srimati Radharani. Therefore, all those who are worshiping me, they are automatically the eternal servant of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani is the be all and end all of Govinda. And this is our position. Our fortune is that we are following this path of worshipping Srimati, the Supreme Mother, as our great fortune. So I said, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is begging the pure devotees, Sarupa Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, for the costless mercy, teaching us how we should pray. He's teaching us how we should pray. This is what we should pray. This is how we should pray. Begging for the costless mercy of pure devotees so that we can have the mercy of Srimati Radharani. And to have the mercy of Srimati Radharani is the best of everything, is everything. Begging at their lotus feet. We pray that Srimati Radharani will bestow her costless mercy upon all. Srimati Radharani ki jai. Hare Krishna. Are there any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for describing the glories and description of Srimati Radharani. Thank you so much for taking your time out. For Auckland devotees, is there any questions to ask Maharaj?
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
My humble question is, could you please kindly share some hints or tips on which devotional service pleases Srimati Radharani easily?
Thank you very much. Thank you for the question. Srimati Radharani is the mother of devotion. She is the mother. She is the supreme mother of devotion. So, what pleases her most? Our chariots, they mentioned that anyone who say Krishna, Srimati Radharani will be looking for that person. Anyone who say Krishna, Srimati Radharani will be looking for the person. Who is that person calling my beloved? Who is that person? To purchase Srimati Radharani means you should constantly chant Hare Krishna. Because if you constantly chant Hare Krishna, Srimati Radharani would never leave you. She'll be looking for you. Can you imagine if Srimati Radharani looking for us? And anyone who say Radha, Lord Krishna be looking for that person. Who is that person? Who is that person calling my beloved Radha? And that fortunate soul who will say, Radha and Krishna, both Radha and Krishna be looking for you. What else do we need in this world? What else do we need? So chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna is the best. That's the best. Although she is the mother of all the limbs of bhakti, all depend on the holy name of Krishna. And to chant, and yes.
Can I ask my question?
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Firstly, I pay my humble obeisance onto your lotus feet, Gurudev.
Can you just give me a minute? You ask that question. Just 1 minute.
Okay.
To chant the name, which is the best way for us to to please Srimati Radharani because it's attached to Krishna, to chant that name that will attract Srimati Radharani. Yes, you're looking for us. Krishna will be looking for us. All of them will be looking for us, and they will get us. We need the process. What is that process? We have to serve the representative of Srimati Radharani to their full satisfaction. We cannot serve them to their full satisfaction if we are selfish. Only if we are selfless, we'll be able to do that service that will please them, and they'll be able to give us the opportunity to chant that pure name that will attract Srimati Radharani attention and Lord Krishna's attention, and they will give us the ultimate result of chanting Krishna. This is my experience. You can add more to it. This is my own little experience. I have to share with you as you have asked. Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you. I've understood that the best way to please Srimati Radharani is it depends on your quality of calling Krishna, the quality of chanting the Mahamantra. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, I want to know that what is significance of Radha Kripa Kataks Stotra?
Lord Shiva chanted this mantra to please her. That is the offering of Lord Shiva, Mahadev. The base of the devotees of Lord Krishna. Understanding the position of Srimati Radharani, she offered this prayer to please her. And Srimati Radharani is pleased with Lord Shiva. Therefore, it is authorized prayer that our chariots are giving benediction. Anyone who chant this prayer, especially entering into Radha Kund up to the neck and recite this prayer 100 times, 1,000 times, one will certainly get the blessing of Srimati Radharani. Of course, to be able to do that is not mechanical. It is not mechanical. Even if you enter inside Radha Kund and chant, it's not mechanical. It is not mechanical. And we may not get it in that way. Because you have to understand that the Radha Kund is not a swimming pool. It is the liquid form of Srimati Radharani herself. These are the liquid form of Srimati Radharani is Radha Kund. The liquid form of Krishna is Shyama Kund. Because Jatila is always coming in between their lovely relationship, their lovely dealings, because she always tries to check them. They transform themselves into liquid. So in this way, nobody can disturb them. So Radha Kund, Shyama Kund, not swimming pool. Any person can just jump there and swim. I used to see people. Monkeys are swimming there. Dogs, they eat, they drink there. So we need to have the proper consciousness. So we can begin by regularly chanting. We pray to Lord Shiva to give us a blessing so that we can please Srimati Radharani by chanting. That is the significance. Yes. To give us pure love for Godhead. So the prayer is asking for the merciful glance of Srimati Radharani, begging for the merciful glance of Srimati Radharani. All right.
Thanks, Maharaj. Thank you very much.
Anybody else wants to ask any question?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, nice to see you.
Happy to see you also. Okay, long
Yeah,
time.
Yes, Maharaj. Now
Meet
my
again
base is now in New Zealand.
Okay. When are we going to meet again in India and Navadi Parikama?
Yes, Maharaj. Sure. Maharaj, you come here, New Zealand, after COVID.
All right. If you give me a blessing, I will
No,
visit.
Maharaj. Bless me, Maharaj.
Any comment from anyone? Questions? 8 minutes to go.
Nanraj Prabhu, do you wanna take over?
Oh, okay, yes, word of thanks. Maharaj, Dhira Damodara Goswami Maharaj, we are very happy for you to join us, your association today. And we'd like to really thank from the bottom of our heart that you gave such a wonderful pastimes and glories of Srimati Radharani. This is a prelude to the upcoming Radharani's appearance on the 14th, on Tuesday. And we hope that in future you also come and join us and give us your wonderful association. Thank you very much for joining us. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for inviting me. Yes, we will always join you whenever we are invited. We'll try to do it. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you so much. And we'll be in touch. And yes, Krishna willing, once the COVID is over, we will invite you to New Zealand, Auckland, to have your personal association and an opportunity to save you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. So if I'm right, Nanraj, we'll have a nursing prayer now?
Yes, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Goswami Maharaj ki
Jai.
His Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
And we request somebody to sing the Shiga prayer. Radhe, who's coming up?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Say hello. Yeah, say. Start.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Vishnu. Praladaladaine.
Hiranyakashipurvakshah. Shilatankalakalaye. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha.
Yato yato yam hitato natsima.
Yato yamitato Narsimha.
Bahi natsima redaye natsima.
Bahi Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha.
Narasimha matim sharanam prapade.
Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapadye.
Tava kara kamala varenakam adbhuta shringam dalita hiranyakashipu tanubringam keshavadita narahari rupa jaya jagadish hare jaya jagadish hare Jaya जगदीश हरे
तव कर कमल वरे नखाम अद्भुत सिंघाम दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु नृंगाम केशवधीता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव
जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव
जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
देव भगवान जी की
जय
महाराज
जय
प्रभुपाद जी की
जय
बोल प्रेमानंदे
हरि 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 बोल
Jai. Thank you, Shreya. I would have missed you today. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. And Shreya and Mataji and Prabhuji, thank you very much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you everyone for joining this evening. Wonderful to have your association. So we'll meet tomorrow evening, again starting tomorrow 7 o'clock. Thanks very much. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Shreya.
Gaur Bhaktamani jai. Shreya ki jai.
Miss you here in Auckland, Shreya.
Hare
We
Krishna.
miss you, Shreya.
We miss you too. We miss you so much.